Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the good stuff here on Cloudy. So it's just me and Barry so far. Kelly won't be joining us as she is not feeling too well, so we send out all the support to Kelly there. And Barry, how are you, and how excited are you for today?
I'm doing good. I've hit the reset button after yesterday. I've taken some good stock of what they came with yesterday, and I am ready to see what they're going to bring us today. Open-minded, still excited, and I'm sure there'll be positivity to come from it.
Yep, and Stadia are already on the ball and they are pushing things out here. So here we go. I want to shout out, okay, just like getting the name right on Twitter. Lena on Twitter, which I think it's Naomi, who's actually in chat here as well for pointing this out to me. And we have the Stadia hype messages going on here. Do you notice anything interesting in these? Where it lands?
Oh, yeah.
Good strategy.
Good strategy. Expansions.
What do you think the expansions is? Do you think that's going to be new countries, or do we think this is going to be just expansions to games? And I just want to thank everybody here for joining us. We've got Naomi in the chat. We have Jem, Nordfitic, Joel. Thank you all for coming here. I can't say optic, something optic.
Fiber optic.
Fiber optic. I just can't get my head around it. But yeah, more countries is what I would assume from that, because if it was just DLC, it would be you wouldn't make as much of a big deal out from that. So I am hoping this is going to be the new countries which we're looking for. For me, I'm looking for Brazil and India would be the two ones. Again, it might not be releasing today. Might be more. It is coming shortly.
Yep, and I think that's probably a good shout on the basis of the first one drops on strategy, the second one dropping on expansion. It could be just an insight into the regions that are next up on the expansion list, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It is really, really interesting there, and we'll have to see how this actually pans out here. But we know what the strategy is. That's going to be the humankind, which we're getting the demo of today.
Yep.
So, yeah, we need to just keep an eye on that. Just give me 1 wee second here.
Of course, no worries. Do a quick check on the Stadia store. Make sure we've got nothing dropped in already. I imagine we won't have. Not that we don't know what's coming anyway, but there could be surprises. Yeah, there's nothing dropped as of yet, which is good. That's where we want it. We don't want any spoilers. We want it just to flow like the event is intended.
Yeah, exactly. I know nothing. I have not heard anything. I've just heard word and maybe set my expectations. You may have actually seen that on Twitter earlier, but I am not going to speculate too far in this. But I think it's going to be a fun one.
I think so. It could. I think it's entirely possible. We could be seeing just another stepping stone potentially to tomorrow. In terms of just building it up potentially, but obviously, totally open-minded and looking forward to seeing what they bring us.
Yeah, I think I would go in with low expectations would be my way, and then we can just build if they meet or exceed them, that's much better. But there is so much they can actually announce. I'm going to rule one out. I don't think we're going to get the Uplay Plus announcement today. I think that is going to be coming tomorrow when we get the Phoenix Rising demo. I have went on record. I'm going to say we're going to get a Sega Day today. I think we're going to get a Football Manager announced tonight alongside Humankind that it's coming, because they're hinting in hand on Twitter, the Football Manager account, that it is coming to Stadia. So I'm hoping we get the formal confirmation of that. Have you got any big predictions for today?
I've got to be totally honest. No, the only thing that I kind of felt like we were maybe going to go into today is is maybe more of a feature-based day, over and above anything else. But I'd seen your tweet out on Twitter earlier, and I think you might well be onto something in terms of the yesterday being the theme of Pac-Man, today potentially obviously picking up on the Sega run, and then leading into an Ubisoft day tomorrow.
Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be our big day. Today will be, I think, round about the same sort of level as yesterday, because you'll want to finish on a big, massive bang, and I think that's what tomorrow is going to bring us. So I'm thinking we're going to be a similar sort of level, and then we'll build up to the actual big splash tomorrow. But I am extremely excited to see what they actually bring. And the thing is, I don't think you can predict, because everything is unpredictable at this moment in time. And I'm not sure if you've actually seen the news of today, that Devolver Digital have just picked up Crew Team, which is the makers of Serious Sam 4. They've had a real close partnership before that, but now they're actually formalizing that. So there we go. We have there was a acquisition here today, and it's more consolidation within the gaming market here.
It makes sense, doesn't it? Especially when you have got such a close partnership, like you say. It kind of makes sense just to kind of neaten things up and get everything in order.
There's a surprise me being muted. Like I said here, I'm hoping we'll maybe get that. And I think with this, the picture stopped moving now, which is awesome. We'll get it going again. I think we may see something to do with Outcasters, maybe, because if you look at what it says here, we have Good Stuff Day 2. We've got Beast Shots, Curves, and Battles as well mentioned. So we may actually get some Outcasters launch date at 1st of November. That's what I'm calling. But what about you? Do you think we're going to see any Outcasters?
I think we'll certainly get. I think it's certainly plausible that we see information and possibly even a release date. And I'm going to pitch it somewhere probably in between the 17th and the 24th of November.
Yeah, I do you think it's going to be a pro game?
I think it's going to be a short-timed pro game, similar to what we've seen in the past. With you've got a short window to claim it as pro, and then after that, it's you'll have to pay to pick it up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something similar to that. I'm going to make one of my bold and wacky and wrong predictions, because it's Stadia, and that is we're going to have Outcasters living on Pro forever. I think it's never going to leave Pro because it's a first-party game. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say it's never going to leave Pro. And that's going to be the same for all Stadia games going forward. There's your bold prediction.
It's a good shout, and it would make sense. I think everybody would be happy if they did that with the first-party titles. And it kind of, in some sense, it does align with what some of the other, games companies out there will do. For example, your Microsofts of the world, where their first-party titles come to their subscription base with Game Pass.
Yeah, especially with the way it looks like Stadia is going to be pushing the games as a service model as well. It makes sense for them games to actually be on Pro forever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm just hoping I think we're going to get some more game announcements here tonight, and I'm hoping for Outcasters being one, because it looks like there's a possibility there with it now. And touch wood. I want more games, and some more games.
It would be awesome. I think it's we're certainly picking up pace with games towards the end of the year. We're certainly coming up. We must be close, if not just about, or by the time we hit the end of the year, surpassing that 120 game target that they outlined at the start of the year.
Yep, we're definitely on course for it anyway, and we should hit it, all being well. So yeah, it's absolutely madness. And here's the thing: do you think we're going to get any more curveballs like we got yesterday with the Luna announcement? Do you think Luna is going to drop anything today, like their launch date for Uplay Plus, or they're going to make another announcement today?
I don't know, but I think I feel like they'll probably, if there is an announcement to be made by Luna today, they will be sitting on it, waiting to see whether it's the right time to go. Because I think I was quite public in my opinion yesterday. I feel like Luna did a PR smash grab yesterday. They watched day one. They watched some of the fallout from it in the various sources, and I think they thought, you know what, we've got the opportunity to grab some momentum, so we're going to grab it and start pushing the invites out yesterday.
Yeah, I think they seen what the reaction was out there, and to be absolutely fair, it was a mixed reaction out there yesterday to the first one. I think two things went against them yesterday. It was the Friday announcements of all the Ubisoft games, and then the demo actually dropping before it was meant to drop. So that took the complete wind out from the sails and made yesterday look a lot worse than it really was.
It really did. I actually watched back. I've watched back, obviously, yesterday's day one video, and I also watched back the first little part of our stream yesterday. And the excitement that we all had when Pac-Man hit the store was unreal. And if you kind of had shifted that into that 5-minute segment right at the end, we would have absolutely had a cracking day yesterday, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just slight missteps has actually caused the slight negativity, I think, in this. And the big hit at the end was going to be Pac-Man, because they saved that to the end. It's coming now, unexpected. Whoopsies, we sort of messed this up here. Because they were actually hinting with it. They did a really good job with the advert last week, where they actually placed the Pac-Man into it, and everything was going so well until the actual full execution of it. So hopefully we're going to get some more good stuff here today. So I'm excited to actually see what actually comes of this here today. So
it's a good place to be, actually, because I think yesterday, where we'd kind of made some speculation or had an inkling of what we might be seeing, today is very different, because we don't actually have any expectation. Okay, we've put a couple of predictions out there, but they're kind of just finger in the air jobs. They're not really cast iron predictions, I wouldn't say, which makes today, I guess, slightly more exciting, because we literally don't know what to expect.
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting ready here to keep on hitting refresh to see what is going to happen. Oh, and Stadia Hunters has just said that Humankind is now out in the Stadia store, so that's good to know. And I will be actually playing that, and hopefully I can actually do a wee video on that and do some captured. I love Civilization type games. They are definitely my cup of tea, all right. And let me see. Humankind is out. Very interesting word. Could you drop it up onto your screen there?
Yeah, of course.
It's just I've got the other one set up for the effect. Some interesting information in this, which we can actually talk about. I think we might talk about it in a bit more detail afterwards. They've actually said this. If you scroll up there for 1 wee second there, it is an open dev beta. So this is completely open, or what that means is they're still working in this as it is out there. This could be an absolutely amazing opportunity for Stadia going forward, because the risk for devs would actually be reduced, because they're only developing for one thing, and it's on the cloud, and you don't have to worry about breaking consoles, breaking PCs. Everything is going to be absolutely in control here. Dave, this game's a bit more like Civilization, if you're aware of that franchise, where you start off as people back about 30,000 years ago, and you have to build up your civilization, basically your country, into the way you want it to be. Barry, do you have anything to say on this?
Certainly, I think it came out of nowhere, so I'm intrigued to give it a shot. And Civilization isn't something I've played in the past, but I think in usual Stadia fashion, it's widened my horizons to the game that I play. So, I could well jump into the demo and find that I absolutely love it.
Okay.
How you gonna get around?
No worries. Let's have a look, see what we're saying. So obviously another week's demo. Just reading some of the text on here. We've got more than a demo. Open Dev is a new approach to a community-driven game development where your ideas truly matter. Be among the first to play and give your feedback on a 90-minute scenario. And the dev team will use your observations to bring humankind to the next level. How far will you push humankind?
Yep, so it's going to be interesting here. I'm just trying to get this going here. I'm waiting to see if it's uploaded yet. I'm not seeing anything. Oh.
So, game is expected to launch in 191 days, so 30th of April 2021 at 8 a.m. Obviously, it may well change. Pre-order price is £40.99. I'm not sure what that's going to work out in dollars. Is that going to be?
Yeah, the video is now up on Twitter, but I'm trying to get it up on YouTube here. Again, it's only 5 minutes long, so everybody who had 5 minutes as their bet, it is 5 minutes. Here we go. I'm just getting it.
In case you missed it yesterday, we announced some big games already and opened up a surprise demo of Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle. That's
Can everybody hear that
right
okay?
now. Well, believe it or not, we have even more good stuff for you today. I mean, just as a little hint, you guys are going to be seeing lots of dinosaurs. Oh yeah, simulated civilizations that you can rule over, orcators, and so much more. And now I'm super excited to share that you guys are about to see a quick glimpse of Outcasters from Stadia Games and Entertainment. Hey. Oh yeah. It looks so good. The characters are so freaking cute in this game, but don't let that fool you. This is a fast-paced combat game that will test your speed. Not to mention, it's only on Stadia. And speaking of games from Stadia Games and Entertainment, let's take a look at something new from Orcs Must Die 3.
So would this be the expansion then?
The orc armies were getting stronger.
Possibly.
Somehow. It was looking like a more seasoned war mage might have to come out of his own self-proclaimed retirement.
Alrighty, I am back. So, what are we dealing with here? Orcs, ogres, those tall skinny dudes that walk funny? Whoa! Well, it might just call for Old Faithful. Bring it on! They just keep coming at me! Traps go up, orcs go down. Orcs Must Die 3.
People just can't get enough of taking out orcs. Yep. What did they do to you? They're about to show the game that I'm most excited about, one of my favorites.
Arc. Oh, and it's coming to Stadia Pro. Good one. I think we reported about this a wee while ago that it was going to be coming.
riding dinosaurs across multiple devices? Yes. All right, this next game is for anybody who thinks that they could do a better job creating civilization. You are not going to want to miss this. Civilizations can be built and then ruined with this game. I love it. Okay, so check this out. You can play an exclusive beta of Humankind for the next 7 days exclusively on Stadia using Click to Play. If you don't know, here's how that works. Just scroll down to the description of this video, find the Click to Play link down there, click it, and you'll be playing the beta of Humankind. The fate of human history is in your hands. On the stuff that you already own, your phone, your laptop, your desktop, and your favorite controllers.
Click
All right,
to
well, thank
play.
you so much for watching. We've got even more for you tomorrow, and trust me, we've saved some good stuff for the finale. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go be an evil overlord in Humankind now. I wouldn't think you guys would expect anything less. Bye.
Okay, and there we go. Initial thoughts.
It was a solid day. I think Ark came out of nowhere. Obviously, Humankind we knew about. Orcs Must Die, went down a storm when it came to the platform. So that's really good to see early November that's going to receive some expansion. I think that's, it's a solid day.
Yeah, I would echo that as well. It was actually not too bad. It wasn't spoiled beforehand. We knew what the demo was. It was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't rubbish. It was bang. It was good stuff, and I'm happy enough with that.
Yeah.
Did we actually pick up about Orcs Must Die there? What is that coming to Pro or not? Or do we have to buy the expansion?
I didn't see. I just seen the date of November 6th, I think it was. You're on mute.
Yes, I'm just looking to see if we can get any more info, but there doesn't seem to be a blog post yet. I know Ark Survival of Evolved is a really, really popular game, and being on Stadia, it's going to be pretty good, and it is a Stadia Pro game, so really good news there. So there is actually quite a lot here to be. It's all pretty good. I think as someone tweeted earlier, it's good. It's not great. It's not a knockout punch. It's going to keep everybody happy, I think, who's already invested in the system. We've just got a visitor here, and we will bring them on board.
Hello.
So, Sammy, what is your initial reaction to that?
I think that's a lot better than yesterday. I don't know if it's just because we weren't as aware of what was going on beforehand. I heard you saying earlier that yesterday the hype around the Pac-Man demo really took the heat out of everything that was announced on Tuesday. But today we went in only knowing about Humankind, didn't know about the Outcasters stuff, didn't know about Ark, which looks absolutely incredible. The graphics on that game looked absolutely brilliant. I need to put a 0 on the end of my PC price to get anywhere near that. but to be able to play it on Stadia, that's a great advert. So definite improvement on yesterday.
Yeah, as Jonathan has just said in the chat here, we've got the person actually introducing it all was absolutely fine as well. Everything was pretty good in this. It's finally, I think we're starting to see the way things should be. So yesterday's misstep, if that didn't happen, I think we would be in a lot more positive sort of place. But this is a nice build up again, and I'm actually looking forward till tomorrow now to see what happens. Will we get something big tomorrow? We've got the Ubisoft stuff. I think that is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've done really well. Again, coming back to some of the stuff we were talking about yesterday about getting to the end of the 3 days and then reflecting on the 3 days as a whole, I think what we can see already, they've done, it was a good day today, and they've done enough to create that kind of anticipation of the final day, because they've got some real good stuff to bring on the last day. So I think that's, really positive.
You're on mute, Duncan.
Yes, I'm always on mute. I am always on mute. I don't want to interrupt people. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to work out, did it actually say when we're getting Ark as a pro game?
2021.
2021, did it say?
I think so. I think it was early 2021.
I'm just doing a recap here. Early 2021 is the correct answer. So there we go. This is what I like as well, because we know we're going to be getting what programs we're going to be getting. We know we're going to be getting Ark next year. We know we're getting Secret Neighbor as a pro game coming up here shortly as well.
Yeah.
So everybody, listen. Well done, Stadia. I'm on record saying this. People never hear me say this, or they pretend to never hear me say this, but well done, Stadia, for today. This has been a real good one today.
Definitely. They've pulled it out the bag. And I think the social media perception will be much stronger today than it was yesterday. So yes, absolutely. Very well done to them.
And Sammy, what about you?
Yeah, the social media impressions were there. I think Stadia took a hit yesterday, and you said Amazon capitalized on that. I actually think Amazon probably took a bit of a backward step with some of the announcements they had. But no, Stadia definitely back on the right foot today. Good to see the announcements. And I was looking a bit more on this Ark game. As I got this from 95 Google, but it's quite similar to what I was saying earlier. The full game and the DLC on Steam, that takes about 200 gigabytes of storage space. Whereas on Stadia, again, and they keep bringing this up in all the adverts, all the videos, no downloads, share on each of the screens. The messaging is just a lot more on point, and they're really bringing out the positives in cloud gaming.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing point. You've actually, it wasn't know if you wanted to speak there. I think that's the amazing point there. As you say there, 200 gigabytes. Get that into your head here. That is, if that's everything is installed and you're running everything, how much is that going to be on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S? That is more than a quarter of your hard drive space, if not more, wiped out just like that if you're a fan of that game. This is the positives of cloud gaming, and this is why we're so passionate about it, because this sort of thing goes away. And when Ark has a big update, you don't have to download that 200 I was going to say 200 meg. We wish it was 200. That 200
meg you can probably count.
Yeah, 200 gig to start playing it again. These are the sort of positives that Stadia are now beginning to push, and I think they should be really putting that out there.
Absolutely. I think the nice thing we've seen earlier in the year when they dropped games at the end of Connects where they've said, and it's available now. And we've seen evolution of that with the demo again yesterday and today, albeit that yesterday's demo was out a little bit early, but we're getting to the point where they're finishing the end of a 5-minute video and going, don't worry, click on the link down below and you can start playing it right now. And that is really emphasizing that cloud gaming message and how easy and how quick you can get into it.
Yeah, exactly. And what I want to actually pick up on, I don't think a lot of people actually noticed this yesterday. I'm going to try and find a tweet here. The Stadia people on social media said this is only the start. They are going to be doing these sort of videos more often, and I completely welcome that. Even if they do one of these 5-minute videos every month, or I think they could really do it once a week, but even if they do every couple of weeks or once a month, it would be a massive step in the right direction. I would be more happier to have lots of smaller ones rather than one big one, because
So do you think this is replacing the Connect?
I think it is 100% replacing the Connect now. What do you think?
I think I like this. The Connects always seem to be, we said this before, overhyped and under-delivered. And whether that's based on what Google said or what we as a community built it up to, it always seemed to have that disconnect by the time it landed. I think keeping it short, 5-minute videos, just letting the games speak for themselves, a little bit of interaction from, I think it was Lonzy side today. Phil Lamar's one of the voice actors of Futurama, but whoever it was doing it yesterday as well with him. Having that short interaction, short videos, and at the end of it, say, click on the link below, you can play ...
Barry?
Yeah, I think you're 100% right in the fact that it's taking place or taking the place of a Connect. And I think the reason they've gone in this trajectory maybe is obviously the initial term Connect was always an internal term that Stadia used as a team that kind of then escaped out into the wild and started to appear in videos, and then obviously the community started to talk about it. And I kind of feel what they've now tried to do is kind of pivot away from that word Connect and maybe some of the negativity that's associated with it and go in a different direction and say, this is where we're going to be, this is where we're heading, and we're going to drop these good stuff videos that give you more insight and start to align with that roadmap. We know in recent weeks they've talked about the fact that Stadia have got a roadmap. They've trademarked Stadia roadmap. And I think what we're seeing now is some of these things with announcements for November, early 2021 and timed exclusives, coming to Pro, all those sorts of things. It's all starting to tie together, and it certainly looks like they're moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah, it's really positive. I think yesterday was just anticlimactic, and everybody just got worked up. Like disappointment, even though we were really excited about the game. It's just unfortunate yesterday, but I think we're making real big strides here, and hopefully it is. I can't even speak. Hopefully this is more things to come down the line, and we get more of this going forward, because they are getting close here. There's still all these slight missteps, but it is getting better.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that we're seeing as well is it goes back to that age-old, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah. Yesterday it wasn't said quite right. Today it was, and there's a difference in the impact that it's had.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that's a fair shout there. I think you want to end on the big bang. And I think a lot of us are thinking the big bang is going to be a Uplay Plus in some shape or form. What do you think? Do you think they're going to end in a big bang?
The three things that I think we all as a community want to see are, and not necessarily in order, but Uplay Plus, family sharing. I've seen a lot of people saying they want that, and direct YouTube live streaming. And I think any one of those three, and I've fallen into the trap where I thought YouTube live streaming in particular was coming at the last Connect and got a little bit disappointed in that. But I think any one of those three things would be the big mic drop moment, as you say, to finish tomorrow on.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still gonna I'm not predicting it. I'm still gonna keep my fingers crossed and keep hoping that maybe as part of that also we see something about Madden tomorrow. It's crept up in a lot of adverts, or a lot of the content. It's been quite prevalent. So far, it's something that we haven't seen this week. That's more out of hope than anything else. That's not a prediction. I think tomorrow is, like everybody said, solely going to be primarily focused on, hopefully, on Ubisoft in terms of ending with their demo and Uplay Plus. And I think the timing possibly being just over a week out from Watch Dogs 2 tomorrow, it would be well received if they actually did drop it and say, okay, Uplay Plus at this point. Then, as a community, we can make a decision whether we buy Watch Dogs next week, whether we subscribe to Uplay, whatever it is that we're going to decide that we're going to do.
Yeah, I'm actually just found something here which I just want to investigate slightly. It's always me looking for things and finding things. With this, I think this is a brilliant point by Chiserector here. Do you think now Stadia have set themselves up for a big... We've had good news here, or good stuff here. Do you think there's a possibility that we're maybe putting it on too high of a pedestal for tomorrow, and will they be able to reach that pedestal? Oh, does anybody want to tackle that? No. I think it's a real great point, because I think, yes, there could be an element of that. I think we're going to go Ubisoft, we're going to get the YouTube streaming, we're going to get this, we're going to get Family Share, we're going to get, we're thinking there's going to be a big, massive thing. We're going to get our Christmas lists all ticked off there. Do you think we're going to get a big blowout or a medium, or we're going to get, there's going to be something, do you think?
I think we're definitely going to see a blowout of some scale. As to where it sits on that scale of small, medium, and large, I'd probably say small to medium. Which, it's more than likely going to be some stuff that we maybe, like we've already discussed, stuff that we maybe are already in the know about, that we're just waiting for them to say, and now. And I think that is going to be the blowout impact potentially tomorrow, which is why I would say maybe small to medium rather than large scale.
So where would a medium lie at scale? We had a couple of big announcements we weren't expecting today. I wasn't expecting anything about Orcs Must Die. I wasn't expecting anything about Outcasters. I didn't even know Ark was a game. Where would those lie? Would they be small or?
It's difficult to say, because I think, Stadia feel like they're very difficult to predict, which in some ways is great, because you never know what you're going to get, but there doesn't appear to be anything to kind of pull on to say, actually, in the past they've done this, or they're going to go in this direction. They all, like you've said, Ark today, completely out of the blue. I know we spoke about it, or kind of we posted as Cloudy earlier in the year that it was going to be coming, but kind of that was it. It was, and then bang, it just appears. So I guess we can hope for a similar sort of scale effect tomorrow, just with different titles or different news.
Yeah, I think, like I said, those three big things everyone's been talking about. So that's Uplay Plus,
okay,
and the other stuff. Duncan's throwing his hands up. What's going on?
Duncan's found something.
Yeah.
Yes. So we might put it out on Twitter here as well. We have got some breaking news.
Ooh.
It's not major breaking news, but it's good news. Stadia are actually being mentioned in it. So Ubisoft are launching a new service called Ubisoft Connect. What this means is I'm just trying to see multitasking is not my thing. And with that, I'm just bringing this up here, and also it also mentions Luna as well. So, Rock, if you're still there, we've got news for tomorrow night on the Luna cast. We've got Luna news as well. Basically, what this is going to do, I've only had a quick skim of it. It's basically combining everything into. Basically, they're going cross-platform everything, and all your activities and community are just going all together. Your Uplay and the Ubisoft Club, I think, are just getting merged into this Ubisoft Connect starting from October 29th. That's an interesting date, which is the launch date of Watch Dogs Legions, and it's. You can read it here, cross-platform progression and games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Immortal Phoenix Rising, and Riders Republic. So this is going to be one of the big talking points for the positives of cloud. So it looks like we're getting everything all in together if you're an Ubisoft player. So if you're playing Stadia version of Assassin's Creed and you play Plus and you want to go play Assassin's Creed on your mobile phone, you could jump onto the Luna version on the iPhone and it should all be hooked up, would be my reading of that. So guys, what's your initial, and there's actually more here as well. And as we can see here, the service will also come to Stadia, GeForce Now, and Amazon Luna later this year. So it's going to launch on. I'm not going to say the established platforms first, and it's going to be coming to the cloud platform separate. That's very interesting in itself. They've actually separated off the cloud platform. So, guys, what's your quick thoughts on that?
Cross progression is something I didn't necessarily think a lot of game companies would agree to. Because that effectively means, I suppose you will have to buy games twice, but I think that's a big announcement from Ubisoft there. I have to look through it myself properly. But they say October 29th it's coming initially. And then to everyone else everywhere.
Yeah. So Series X, Series S, November 10th, PS5, November 15th. I think it shows that Ubisoft get it. It shows that they understand. And I know that might sound like a very stupid thing to say because obviously they've been in the games industry for a long time, but clearly they appreciate the emerging tech, the emerging platforms, and they're giving a nod to everything else and saying, actually, do you know what? Gamers, you've got the ultimate choice of where you can play. Wherever you want to play our games, you can. You'll have progression, cross play, all that sort of stuff. And for me, that's a message that needs to be sent from developers, is that we absolutely understand that you are going to want to play anywhere that you choose.
Yeah. And that's not necessarily a message that all developers have had. You see stuff about Epic and Rockstar, not singling those out, of course, but they've come out and been quite doubtful about cloud gaming in general, not just Stadia, but Luna, GeForce Now, Shadow. It's good to see Ubisoft, as you say, understanding the situation, understanding the technology we've got, and the choice that gamers have these days.
Yeah, this is just amazing that from going forward here, that all the Ubisoft games are going to be cross-platform, cross-progression and all that, and they're bringing this new app into a central hub Because how many games do you actually own of Ubisoft on multiple platforms, and now they're just going to hook all into one system now. There's some interesting things here. You're just trying to make it all cross-platform, and I think the next big step is going to be the cross-platform multiplayer as well. So again, I think it's very, very, very telling that the cloud services are completely separated, because Ubisoft is really pushing them, because with on Stadia, we're getting Uplay Plus. On Nvidia or on GeForce Now, you've got Uplay Plus, and on Amazon Luna as well. You're also going to get effectively Uplay Plus. The big question mark now is, will Uplay Plus be available on all three at the same time, as in one sub? That could be absolutely killer. Could you imagine that if you're just out there?
I think they do. I think they do a discount for subscription on multiple platforms. You pay £8 for subscription to one platform, and maybe £12, £13 for subscription on two platforms. I don't think they'll do it all platforms you can for £8, or for the price of one.
Here's where I think things could get a bit interesting. We'll bring it back slightly to Luna here. What did Luna cause a stir with yesterday? That was the ads loading up the games. Could that be a way around it being on the platform? So what I mean by that is, but like paying for Netflix, that's your subscription into actually accessing Luna, and then you'll be able to access Uplay Plus from that, because there's going to be ads on your screen, so you don't have to pay for it again. I'm just spitballing here. I think there could be a lot of real interesting possibilities with this now. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's coming to Stadia, Nvidia, or GeForce Now, and Luna later. They are separated there for a reason. There is something 100% going on there. Oh, we got the price for Humankind. How much is it, if you don't mind me asking?
$40.99 in pounds. I think it was.
Sorry, 14, 1 4 or 40?
40, and then 99 pence if you're in the UK, which I think probably be what, $50 ish, and that's for the digital deluxe edition.
Oh, yeah, the blog post has just went up as well. $50, $51 for the full price. And it's not launching April 2021. We also got the price for the expansion to Orcs Must Die, which is going to be $10. So you would think about £7 for that as well.
Not saying, because obviously Orcs Must Die launched as a Stadia Pro game, it's not saying the expansion's going to be included in Pro.
So there's just lots going there.
Indeed.
That's not saying it'll come to Pro later. We had that with Superhot.
Yeah. Rock, my only concern about the subscription, going back to the Ubisoft thing, my thing about the subscriptions being everywhere is the platform holders themselves. How are they going to get the money? If you subscribed on Stadia, why should Luna allow you to subscribe there? They need to work out some way of getting all the monies worked out. That's obviously they've got bigger brains than me, and they'll do that. But I think you're right. I didn't think it was going to be pay once and play everywhere. But I think we're actually leaning into that now by the looks of things, and it's going to be extremely interesting on how that is going to pan out. Anybody else? Any other thoughts about that?
Carry on, Sammy.
I don't know. I've not given that much thought, because I'm living in the UK, so I don't have Luna. I've not tried GeForce Now. I might end up trying it probably over Christmas. Just I've got some spare money around then, I think. But I don't know. I think Stadia will just be my main platform, so it doesn't really affect me. So I've not given it as much thought. 6 months time, I might be completely wrong, but that's where I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I think if they're going to do it, I think maybe like Rock said in the chat, with a slightly higher price, but it encompasses all the platforms. Could be that if that's going to be the only way that they can make it work across all platforms. Really, I think is it's X amount if you want it on one platform, and that's the individual price. But then if you do it, across, let's say there's a cloud variant for cloud gaming, then you get a set price for that, and then you've got the ability to use it across each of those platforms.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting how all this pans out here. What I will do here is I will take your grades on where you thought today was, and then you also say where people can find you as well. So Sammy, we'll start with you.
So my grade today, I gave it a B yesterday. I've got to give it I'll give it an A. Yeah, I'll give it an A minus. Definitely an improvement on yesterday, based on the fact that we didn't have as much leaked. We knew about the Humankind beta, but still nothing about Orcs Must Die. Outcasters was a huge shock. And I think, A minus, leaving room for improvement for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. As for where you can find me, the name's just, I keep pointing the wrong way, it's there. Sammy on Stadia, and that's on Stadia, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just about everywhere, really. And I've got videos coming out over the next few days.
Okay, and Barry?
Obviously I gave yesterday a C, so I think it's only fair to bump that up to a B for middle day, because I think there was a lot of good stuff to come out of it. Pleased with what they've done. So overall, I think a B is a fair reflection. And not only that, I want to hold my A back, hopefully, so that I can give them an A tomorrow to round off the event. In terms of where you can find me, at Paramedic1703 on Twitter and on Stadia, and obviously right here on Cloudy with a Chance of Games.
Cool. I knew it was on mute, and I was just continuing to do it. I don't think it was a solid B. I'm going to give it a B minus. I gave yesterday's one a C. I think there could have been a wee bit more, but it was good, and I'm giving it a solid B minus. I think we're just missing something just to tip it slightly more. But I also want to give myself room for maneuver for tomorrow as well, just in case everybody shocks us and we can go up to the A's. I want to give it an A plus out. But I'm just giving myself room right there. So and you can find me at One to Escape on Twitter. I see Ray I gave it a B plus. So he's been pretty happy about that. I can see why people are giving it high marks as well. But for me, this isn't me being entitled or anything. I think it was really, really good, but I don't think it was really good. It was good, not up there. So I'm hoping for tomorrow we're going to be knocked off our feet. And I would like to thank everybody. Oh, well, Rock, my God, me and Rock have swapped positions here, and Treasure Rector hasn't liked it as well. I'm going to preface this as well. I'm looking forward to playing Humankind as well. This is my sort of thing. Rock gives it a C. None of them float his boat. I think that's totally understandable. If the games don't appeal to you, you can't give it a high score. Treasure Rector is a C minus, and me and Trez talk on Twitter all the time. I know exactly whereabouts he is, and I can understand why he's given it a C minus. Clive's given it a B. Clyde Gamer has given it a B. Everybody's given it. Tommy Danger, the one and only Tommy Danger, is in the house, and he has given it an A. So he's really buzzing off that. So we've got two A's with Sammy giving it an A minus, still an A. and Tommy Danger giving it an A as well. So yeah, again, I think it all depends where you are in things. I was reasonably happy with that, but maybe that's because my expectations were actually on the floor for this one. But again, thanks everybody for joining us, and we will be here tomorrow. And I hope you all come along and watch us do it, and we will be buzzing. So thanks everybody, and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.